You gotta be able to.
You've said a few stories that are like, it's like when someone else has a crazy kid and then you never have kids.
Yeah.
I will never be a landlord because.
You don't want to.
I just thought.
The stuff we deal with, we last for like a week. Should have.
First time we did it.
A coffee table.
They're all Russians.
Like pretty people.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Yeah, they did the procedure, they had these long hoses hanging, you know.
Are you?
They bring you in there, they throw you on the table and they look you over and they, you went and reach, you got the longest one he
Oh,
had.
yeah, that's right. How was that?
This is just bedtime last.
Oh.
It wasn't even all the way out.
That-
Some of that juice. and they
This,
stopped.
sorry, this video.
Yeah, and they always.
You've been
Smiling.
Eastern Europe.
Oh,
that's good.
Yeah.
Just got back.
You-
Warrants, would you speak?
Wrong.
We did the
Like actually.
highway 101.
Oh, yeah, I'll just put my.
And then dipped down into California.
Oh, they're
a
both
little bit, and that was
Yeah.
four kids. My mother-in-law and my husband, I was like, oh yeah,
just like that.
yeah, she came with us, so.
And my.
help with kids, though, right? Yeah.
It's sick. I know, I like. She's way
Okay,
like.
good to know.
She's ready. My other two, I don't know if I'll think they're ready when they get
That's a
there,
terrible
but.
thing. It's killed a
Still
lot
just
of
like-
people.
And how are we moved out here when I started sixth grade out here. I was from the East Coast.
Thank you. Insurance companies, they do pay for.
Or
Really?
my parents wanted me in like a safer spot.
Looks like I got.
And so my daughter, you know what, it can't be as bad as when I moved. I had an assistant, I dressed different than everyone. I didn't know a single soul in Cheney.
But you get.
Tired.
Hell no, you just.
Are you done?
See that the guy doing it.
Yeah. Nice.
You feel refreshed?
I do.
Can be a shot.
Yeah, it's been great. Lots of fun. You're 10 hours, that's all you're doing.
It's got a routine.
So.
I don't know.
About how I boot them.
Oh, yeah.
Could be worse.
And doing maybe elimination.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
We talked about it earlier.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah. And I know like another church has parts that might be maybe, but I don't.
We don't have any orders.
Yeah, I talked to Jay about it before. Well, I moved away from doing that, but. I didn't use such.
We'll have to come up with something. Yeah, you'll be here before we know it. Finally.
I know. Hopefully bring back some fish. Huh?
Oh, shoot, I gotta go on.
Cruise will be good.
Sisters.
Yeah. Goes every year, so.
It's pretty cool. It's going well. This was incredible.
I think she's over
Like, it's fun how much bigger.
mentioning that. They got a police.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, that or I don't know if it's a time sheet or what.
crazy.
On
Yeah.
big.
Like, I'm not ready for
Big home.
this.
But, yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
September.
Mhm.
Come really fast. So. And I have. Oh. Yes.
Which is new.
Town trails. 3 out of town. Yeah.
It's a nice fall. Where are you guys going?
They're not vacations, they're actually things I'm teaching. So I'm teaching you things in Seattle, Mill Creek, I'm teaching you things in Cherokee.
So did Bill, is he gone now?
Call to order our regular city council meeting for August 26th. Please join me for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Roll call, Shelley.
There.
I am present.
Present.
Councilmember Bartels,
Present.
Councilmember Bila. Here. Councilmember Nazaro,
Present.
Councilmember Babar,
Present.
Councilmember Kumar.
Present.
Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Seems loud today, huh? Okay, next on the agenda, as always, is citizen comments. This is an opportunity for the public to provide comments to our city council folks. And nobody signed up, but I do want to offer it up to those here in the crowd. If nobody's willing, Mr. Vaca, please come on up. So before Mr. Vaca speaks, if you don't mind, Max, I met Mr. Vaca yesterday with President McMahon. He's the new Eastern Washington University Vice President for Business and Strategy. It was a pleasure to meet you, Max. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you. And I, as a new member of this community, I wanted to look at the public servants of this community, and I want to let you know that I'm available. Again, I'm the new VP for Business and Strategy. I spent most of my career in New Mexico. I was born in Santa Fe, New Mexico. I went to Highlands University, which is a regional comprehensive university on the eastern part of the state of New Mexico, and a lot of mountains and a lot of similarities to this, a little bit higher elevation. We're at 6,800. Santa Fe's at 7, and spent 35 years there. My last 10 years was the VP of Finance for the institution and government relations. And so I always appreciate the public servants that have to take all the calls and from all your different constituents, and your job are very difficult, but I wanted to reach out to you, say thank you, and welcome me into this wonderful city that you are entrusted in leading. So thank you, Mr. Mayor, and it was a pleasure meeting with you.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Vaca. We look forward to the partnership for sure.
Absolutely.
Anybody else? Anybody in the crowd? How about those joining us virtually? Anybody wish to provide comments to our city council members? Going once? Going twice? Okay, we will move on. Next item is our minutes from our regular city council meeting of August 12th. If there's no corrections to the minutes, I accept the motion to approve those.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second to approve our August 12th regular city council meeting minutes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Thank you. Our minutes are approved. Vouchers. Todd, are you going to do vouchers real quick? Just
I can.
please.
This is my first attempt here to read some numbers here. Voucher total, $1,515,625.57.
Thank you, Todd.
Your Honor, the Finance Committee reviewed the expenditures and I move to have them approved as read. Second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second to approve vouchers as presented. Any questions from other council members? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nay. Thank you, Todd. Vouchers are approved. You can see the small contracts. It's wonderful to see these small contracts almost every council meeting, and because it's providing great rec programs and things to the community. So we don't have any appointments, but we do have a handful of action items. And the first one, Chief Jenkins, is Resolution F405. This is the Fire Mobilization Reimbursement Agreement. Go ahead. Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Good evening, City Council. I think that's the least amount of words I've ever heard Todd speak. Yeah, I like that. Washington State Patrol, it's a 5-year agreement. Our agreement with Washington State Patrol just expired. So we actually had a fire mobilization in District 3 earlier in the year. And when I went to seek out reimbursement from the state to reimburse our firefighters, they said, hey, you need to get this agreement updated. So they provided a new agreement, not a lot of change in the agreement itself. So I'm putting it before you for passage tonight. So we're mobilized under 2 separate agreements in Washington State. One's Washington State Patrol. The other one is DNR. WSP is for what we call initial attack. When we get a brand new fire in the district or the city and we go out and we start attacking the fire, that's what we call under our auto aid or mutual aid. At which point we get to the point where we've exhausted resources. And then there's a dance that we have to do as fire chiefs to get Chief John Batiste to approve us being mobilized under the fire, where the state will actually pick up and start paying for some of the reimbursement. So it's pretty important that we can get this new interlocal agreement with WSP passed so we can get reimbursed during those mobilization times. Happy to answer any questions you may have. Thank you, Chief. Any questions for Chief on Resolution F405?
Mayor, if there's no comments, I will move to pass resolution F 405.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second to approve resolution F 405, WSP Fire Mobilization Reimbursement Agreement. Any final questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Thank you, chief. Resolution F 405 passes. And resolution F 406, this is the Eastern Washington University Football Standby Agreement. Go ahead, chief.
Correct. It's hard to believe that we're going to blink and it's going to be football season. So I'm sort of looking forward to it, sort of not, because that means summer's coming to an end fairly quick. But once again, it's a standard obligatory contract that we have with EWU to provide 2 EMS firefighter standbys for the football game. Largely, the contract's just updated on how much the reimbursements cost, and that's solely based on the average of the overtime with the line firefighters. So that went up $2 because their union contract and salaries went up for 2025 to reflect. In addition to that, we added a little bit additional language in there that I floated past EWU. Mr. Ross, he agreed with those changes. Attorney Capon took a look at it, agreed with those changes as well. I included that red line version in your packet for you tonight, but hopefully you'll find that that's all amenable and you can pass this agreement.
Thanks, chief. Any questions for chief or comments? Who's up? What's your pleasure?
If there are no further comments, I would move to pass resolution F 406.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second to approve resolution F 406, the football standby agreement with Eastern Washington University. Any comments? Mark?
Yes, go Eeks.
Go East. Again, I do have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Thank you, chief. Resolution F 406 passes. And you're still up.
Yes, sir.
Resolution I'm sorry. Where am I at? Resolution F 407. This is the Fire Department Vehicle Exhaust Extrication System Repair.
Correct. So that was one of those things at the station that I didn't predict that was going to go down. It's been down since November of last year, but so the original vehicle exhaust extrication system to evacuate all the exhaust fumes out of the apparatus bays was funded through a grant. We've been limping it along, had a lot of little repairs, but it's to the point that it's sort of hard broke. So we're going to have to ask to dip into our 104 equipment reserve account to fund to have that replaced. So with that, they're going to be replacing a lot of the hoses and the piping, make some modifications to the system. And then based on their recommendations that the new standard is just make a magnetic mount that magnetizes to the truck exhaust. So anytime the truck backs in or the truck pulls away, that magnet is connected, sucking all the exhaust fumes out. I wish I could have found the original photo before we had an exhaust system, but the ceiling in the apparatus bay was almost complete black, just from all the carcinogens that would float up. So it is a leading cause in the last couple decades that we have discovered in our industry that is causing cancers amongst firefighters. And that's why the exhaust system has become a pretty important component of any fire station in the US. Happy to answer any questions with that. This is a sole source. The original contractor who has a proprietary agreement with this particular make and model provided a sole source letter for us for that. So.
Okay, thank you, chief. Questions for chief?
One, Mayor.
Yes, please,
Thanks.
Mark.
Just looking through the parts list and all that, it looks like a pretty comprehensive replacement, like almost new. Is that kind of where we're at, would you say?
What was the original quote, Jeff, for a brand new system?
Tim might know, but back in the day, I think it was around $70,000. The big piece to this equipment is the air compressor that actually pulls out. We were able to replace the station air compressor last year, and so that piece is intact. We looked at 2 different options. One would be to update the current system. That was about $15,000, and with the number of pieces that were broken, it was cheaper to go to this new magnetic, and they're telling us the maintenance will be significantly less. So it's around $22,000, and then a little bit just incidental if those parts change or fluctuate because they are in California and the primary companies in Europe somewhere that's, well, let's just say locating the information to the channel.
Thank you.
They are honoring a little bit of a price break because they will be in the Spokane area fairly soon. So we're not going to have to pay for their travel costs and their overheads generally associated with that. So we get a savings reduction with that. But best estimations probably $70,000 if we went with a brand new system.
Great. Looks good.
there are no further comments or questions, I'd make a motion to approve F 407.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second to approve resolution F 407. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Thank you, chief. Resolution F 407 passes. And finally, kind of a short agenda tonight, but finally, resolution F 408 Cheney Purple Pipe Project change order. Go ahead.
Change order 4. It was recommended when we took a look at the entire plant, back in 1994, it was recommended that we should take a look at removing all the asphalt and paving with new. We don't really have a funding mechanism for that, but we were able to go back to the Cheney Purple Pipe and ask Ecology if this would be acceptable to put that under the current loan that we have. So, comes at a cost. I did a price comparison from our Elm Street project, and the cost is fairly comparable to what we have. And this is contingent upon Ecology's approval to allow us to use loan dollars for that. This is probably just a one-off opportunity. That loan percentage amount is 1.2, and we do have plenty of funding in our loan for this project. With that, I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Todd on change order 4 to the Purple Pipe Project?
No questions, but Todd, just for the council that wasn't in our subcommittee meeting, could you just quickly tell them the encompassing where all that asphalt's gonna encompass, so they have a general idea of.
It is the entire replacement out of the plant. The plant, the plant site itself is roughly over 6 acres, and the majority of that is between buildings and asphalt. So that is all of the asphalt in the operations building, in front of the compost facility, wrapping all the way around our aeration lagoon. If you open up that one file, you can see everything that is just encompassed. That's the entire plant asphalt. 30 years old. It needs to be kind of removed. It was recommended to whether we just go ahead and pave it, but we thought that reflective cracking would come through. When we took a look at option 2, it was removal, and it is 3 inches of asphalt, which is thicker than what it was supplied. So.
Thank you, Ron. And as Mark noted, we did address this issue at our last Public Works Committee meeting, and we went through all the information, and if we can get it for 1.2% interest, I would think that's a pretty good deal. And yeah, 31 years, it's served us well. And again, if you ever get the opportunity as council members, at some point, if you want to tour that facility, I would highly recommend it. You can get a better idea of what the investment is that we have out there. And this is just another way to, make sure we retain the value in that investment. I will heartily support passage, and I'll make this a motion for resolution F-408.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second to approve resolution F 408, the change order to our Purple Pipe Project. Any other comments, questions, Jack and Dennis? All good? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Thank you, Todd. Resolution F 408 passes. And that concludes our action items, but I know we've got some staff informational items. Todd, did you want to talk a little bit about Elm Street?
Yeah.
Kind of the.
Boy, we were plugging along, Elm Street, hopefully get done. I think the day was, Tuesday or Wednesday would be the final day, but we kind of ran into a little problem. Asphalt plant has been on strike for the last couple of weeks. What we've heard is that there was no settlement this last week, and then the next settlement set for a week from tomorrow to that end. So we are doing what we can. We're on a critical path right now. With our contractor, they have done as much as they can. There's a little bit more work to do here and there, but then they're just kind of on standby until we get the asphalt plants opened up. So worst case scenario, hopefully we can get everything paved and get in there before school opens, but we may have to just clean everything up and let everything roll until we can pave, and then figure out maybe a schedule that won't interfere with the student population.
Thanks, Todd. Anything else? Good.
Last day of, the pool and Dan was here. That was a nice hot day. I guess it was fairly well attended to that end. So we will have, more to report as we bring kind of the end process to that end. Purple pipe, you won't see DW excavation, in town. We have relocated them out to the plant. They are going to go ahead and make the connection to the pump station and then work from the plant all the way back through the NSF and then across 904 and up. So that will be happening in September and October.
Thanks, Todd.
Yep.
And a couple of things I wanted to just point out on the Cheney Connections newsletter that we just sent out. There's gonna be 4 days in September where we have to shut power off for a minimal amount of time. But the schedule's listed there. First one, September 8th, between midnight and 4 AM, approximately 1 hour in that range. And it's to do Avista, Inland Power and Cheney Light have to do some repairs on the substation in Four Lakes. And so there's 4 days that they identified as an opportunity to go in there and do that. Please look at the newsletter so you know when that's gonna happen. And also, if you're interested in the 2026 budget, we did add the calendar of events going forward, how the city goes step by step through this process. So we wanted to share that with the public. So if you're interested. Other than that, don't have any other staff reports unless any of the department heads have anything. Council reports, Paul.
Good, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thanks.
Good as well.
Jackie.
I attended the opioid abatement council prior to vacation and got a lot of really great information. The fire department's been doing a really good job of supplying proposals and ideas of how we can use the funds. And so I brought that to the council, and there's some items that the state may have the ability to purchase for us. So I'll be getting the paperwork together and more information for that to bring to the Public Safety Committee.
All good. No,
I don't have anything
No.
tonight.
Mark?
Just want to do a big thank you to Dan Curley, Lucky Fitzner, and the parks crew. We had 5 churches in the park at Sutton Park on Sunday, and they prepped everything in the park. We had a couple special requests, like sprinklers not turning on us, stuff like that, and which did happen one year, and was quite funny, and created a lot of joy. And so they did a great job of taking care of us. That was great. And then we have public safety meeting tomorrow at 1 PM. Have a great week.
Okay, thanks, Mark. And I didn't have anything other than that concludes most of our action items. However, city council, myself, Mr. Capon, Todd are going to go into two different executive sessions. I'd like to open the first one. It's only going to be for about 3 minutes. I think the first one, it's an executive session per RCW 42.30.110 to consider the selection of a site or the acquisition of real estate by lease or purchase. So I'd ask everybody to please, and these executive sessions, we don't expect to have any action afterwards. But I'd ask everybody to please leave while we go into executive session, and we will, the first one, let's do 5 minutes. As soon as we,
Return at 6:25.
actually, let's make that 6:30, just because it's gonna take a few minutes for everybody to get out. I know it might be a little longer than we need, but better to have a little bit more than not enough. Okay. So we are back in open public meeting. However, we do have another executive session per RCW 42.30.220 to discuss matters relating to agency enforcement actions or to discuss agency litigation or potential litigation. This executive session will be a lot shorter. I'm going to say 2 minutes as soon as everybody leaves again. Sorry. And
It's like mass.
Todd,
Yes.
my church.
Yeah.
And council.
Like math.
Okay. So 6:34, yes, let's do that.
And no action.
No action.
As long as
Okay, we're back in open public meeting and we don't have any more action items.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to adjourn our meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Opposed? Thank you all for your patience.
Go watch some of
Yeah, we'll send the pictures.